Moon Magic Super Souls, welcome to today's readings. Today we are tuning in with an astrological point of power. This is a time when the energy is really, really right to launch your dreams, to be proactive in manifesting things that you really, really desire. It's kind of like the energy is aligning and working for you. So we are asking for guidance and advice on how to use this energy. Now, all of these readings that I post here on YouTube, ultimately, they're timeless, except perhaps for the astrological monthly ones. But for the pick a card readings, they are timeless. I think whenever we are drawn to a reading, it's the right time to find that message. It's really activating your intuition and the messages that come through with the cards. But at the time of launching this, I'm actually posting this reading just a few days before this point of power to give you the heads up, really. So I'm posting this, I'm doing this reading on a Friday. I will upload it after I've done this, and in just 3 days time on Monday, that's Monday the 25th of November 2024, that is that day of the point of power. So I'm posting this ahead of time, but it is a timeless reading. Whenever you come to this reading, if you have been guided here, then there will be a message for you. So let's look at the cards, and we have 3 beautiful crystals. I was really drawn to the calcite crystals, so we have 3 calcite crystals here. We have charms, and for those of you that are returning, welcome everybody, of course. Welcome to those of you who are returning. Welcome to anyone new. If you are returning, you will know I often use runes at the beginning of my readings. We're going to draw runes inside the readings, so that's why we haven't placed them here already. So let's look at the cards, the crystals, the stones and the charms here as well. Make sure that camera is properly focusing for you as well. So pile 1, this is your card. So this is for pile 1. Your charm is a beautiful little horse. Here it is. And your crystal is the blue calcite. Okay. And this is a raw crystal. They're all raw crystals today, rather than crystals that have been, cut or polished. This is literally as they have come from the earth. So that's pile 1. Pile 2. This is your card. And your charm, you have the charm of the deer. Really beautiful, beautiful little charm. Looks very much like a baby deer to me as well. Even though it has little antlers, it does look like a, like a little one, really. And we have the green calcite. Again, just a raw crystal. This is how it comes. So that is pile 2. And pile 3, your card. Let me show this to you. And your charm, where you have literally a love heart with an arrow going through it. This is the charm for pile 3. And you have, you have the red calcite. Again, just a raw crystal. This is just as it comes, straight from the earth. Okay. So I am going to give you a few moments longer. I'll leave the video running just for a few moments longer for any of you who want a little bit more time. The timestamps are in the description box below, so you can zap to whichever reading or readings is speaking to you. Beautiful souls, we are looking at a point of power. a time when the energy is absolutely right for launching your dreams, for the universe to back you in manifesting things you desire, whether that's moving something forwards or launching it from scratch or even bringing something to fruition. So that is the energy, the subject of our readings today. And I will leave that video running. Press the pause button if you need more time, and I will see you in the readings. Pile 1, welcome to your reading. So we are tuning in to a point of power that you can actively use. Now, before we draw any more cards, I'm going to read you what is on the reverse of this card. So you have the card of flourish. Uprooted. This is from the east of the medicine wheel, so very much about new beginnings or lifting something. A tree violently uprooted from its life force has many faces of grief and confusion. We are often like this tree, torn away from the environment that encourages our life growth, and the sense of loss can be devastating. But the roots leave a seed beneath the earth that will ultimately rekindle the wisdom that was left. It will grow and reforest the land in your name, and the echoes of your love will flourish from the rain of tears you have shed. This earth is a schoolhouse to which we have come to learn and correct our negativity. Abuse is not a birthright, it is something you are taught, and you can replace painful memories with better thoughts. You have the right to change your story with your imagination. Focus on happy laughter and well-being instead of abuse, and the gladness of your heart will follow as the arms of Great Spirit enfold you and keep you safe. See every aspect of a situation, even a tough one. Though you cannot change the past, know that you can change what is in your life now. Believe in your divine right to flourish. This is about changing something in the now, which is incredibly relevant to this point of power, to the energy being primed to support us in taking an action in the moment that can follow through. I mean, every day we change the course of our own lives simply by everyday events. I mean, for example, if you step out of your house and normally you turn right, but today you turn left, and then you bump into somebody because you turned left rather than right, and you have a conversation, and that conversation is changing something. It may change you, it may change the other person, but it is creating a ripple that impacts on the universe. It impacts on the shape of the future tomorrow. Tomorrow is another day. We have no power to handle tomorrow. We do have a power to shape it, but basically the point of power is always in the now. It's what we do now that changes the shape of the future. We won't know exactly how that's going to ripple out because the universe always has the upper hand, or that's my own thought. But we can take action now, and I'm really hearing this strong taking action, especially with the horse. Horses, they represent power, and this horse is moving forwards. Okay, I'm wondering if you are needing to establish a point of power. Has someone uprooted something in your life, or even your position of authority, or your position of, well, let's ask, let's get more. Spiritual evolution, set your heart free. I'm hearing 2 from this pack. And spirit messages, observe limitations. Okay, let's put these out of the way. And we have these 2. You have stuck in the mud and wishing well. Well, that's pretty cool. Okay. Right. Yeah, something is holding you back. And the energy today enables you to set yourself free. Now, not in an omnipotent way. Observe limitations. Recognize that you can't, I'm also hearing that you can't exert control over others. The power you have, is power over yourself. Remember, empowerment, empowerment is not power over others, it's power over ourselves. We cannot, and personally I believe should not, attempt to have power over others. I think it's why the world is in a bit of a pickle, really. If we orientated through relationships of love that honour our individual autonomy, and respect one another's unique pathways rather than trying to control others, the world would be a very different place. So let us have a look and see what else we are shown. Seeing this card here, cleanse. Okay. This feels a very, very important card to come in here. There's something of letting go of something that I want to say. I don't quite know where to put this. I don't know whether to place this over here or whether to put it here. I'll put it here. How interesting that it's like I can't, maybe you can't quite find your place in something. You've been uprooted, or something has uprooted. Something that you thought was solid and consistent has been uprooted by something. Maybe you thought you were on a particular pathway and now you suddenly find that you're stuck, or there's something about that pathway, that journey that hasn't quite worked out. Let's get some extra information about the situation that you're sitting in. What is the stuck in the mud? What's the observe limitations? We'll ask about both of these. The wishing well, I understand. This is about taking off your mask, or masks, any masks that you believed you had to wear. This is about being your authentic self, being transparent, being visible, being who you really are, taking a full ownership of yourself. Empowerment is all about ownership of ourselves, back to that empowerment again. And, not having control over others, but making sure that we are absolutely in charge of our own choices and decisions, every step, literally every step of the way. I mean, that's part of our spiritual evolution, to honour and recognise our personal empowerment whilst respecting the pathways of others. Okay. Let us draw information and guidance. Let's ask about the stuck in the mud. What is stuck? Or can we have guidance around what is stuck, please, for my lovely pile ones? And this is the energy of this day is really valuable. If you have not yet seen it, if you're new to the channel, if you follow my readings, you'll know that this point of power is connected to a particular kite shape that occurred in eclipse season. And I had a conversation with my younger sister Jocelyn, which was recorded, and it's in the members area here on YouTube. There were readings attached to it, and also in the Patreon members area as well. What you can do if you wish is either check that out in the members area, and thank you to those of you who are there, but I'll put a link as well to a separate video that Jocelyn made about this occurrence, so you can check that out as well. So what is the stuck in the mud? Because this is an energy day when we can move things forwards, we can shift something, or the energy supports us to shift something. At the end of the day, we all have conscious free will and choice. So we have the Seven of Cups. We have the Ten of Swords. We have the Chariot and the Star. Wow, there's a massive turning point here. Okay. Whatever is currently keeping you stuck, it's weighed really heavy on you. It is weighing heavy on you. Hence the need to set your heart free. I think that it goes back to a choice that you made either in the relatively recent future or some time ago. For most of you, it's relatively recent, I think. It feels quite present. Relatively recent, sometime probably in the last 6 months or so. But you made a choice, and that choice kind of changed the course or the energy of something. And it has subsequently been weighing really, really heavy on you. And I think for some of you, you really haven't quite known how best to navigate out of it. It may, for some of you, have almost created a scenario where you're slightly pretending to be something that you're not, like you're wearing a mask. For some of you, it was a choice where you upped sticks and you moved. And, you know, there's definitely a feeling of, gosh, maybe of wishing you'd made a different choice, or certainly wishing that the results had been different. Now, this is the time of change, to set your heart free, to cleanse. Firstly, stop giving yourself a hard time and cut yourself some slack. You know, this is a definite. Cut yourself some slack. Mistakes are there to be learned from. So if you regret doing something or it didn't work out, firstly, if you regret it, well, cut yourself some slack. There's learning in this, always. That's all we need to do. Learn from the lessons and make choices and decisions. Perhaps you made a decision that was influenced by someone else, or you felt you had to go along with it, wearing that mask. You know, take it off, be yourself and make choices. You can always make changes in the now. The point of power is in the now. So you can't reverse what's happened, but you can change where you go from here. So cleanse, shed, release. If something didn't go as you wanted, you don't have to be stuck with this. You know, again, we can always make choices. This reminds me of a conversation I had quite some time ago. It was a long time ago, before lockdown actually, and I used to go to a really lovely dance class, and I gave somebody a lift, and who lived on the way, and he was actually at that time studying at uni and looking to go on from his degree and do a master's, and he was really torn between more than one course. And I kind of said to him, you know, because he was giving himself such a hard time, and I kind of said, you know, whatever you do, you'll gain from it. And if you do one thing and it doesn't lead you to the exact direction that makes you happy, well, you can do something else. You know, I mean, look at me. You know, I didn't know I'd be doing this as I'm doing it now. And even when I started out on my kind of career pathway, I was working as an illustrator, an artist, and then I became a counsellor. I didn't know that was going to happen. But all of these things have led me to where I am today. So we can always make choices. And for you guys, whatever this is about, you know, whether it's like a big life-changing thing, you know, in terms of a career pathway, or it's something to do with the immediacy of your world, it's weighing you down. Again, maybe you've done what other people expected. You always have a choice. Empowerment is power over yourself. There's something to shed, cleanse, release, let go of. And I think that is any expectations of others. This is about doing what's right for you and making that choice. Let's get cards around the observe limitations here. What I should also say with the Chariot here and, you know, the Star, I mean, wow. You couldn't have a greater affirmation of the fact that this is, you know, there is a way forwards. You know, you're not stuck here. You really are not stuck. Let's sit those on the stuck in the mud card and just put them there because that's where they belong. Let's draw cards around observe limitations. Okay, you've got the Magician. Okay, that flew out for you. We have Three of Cups. Okay, card of celebration. We have the King of Swords. This is also about your own empowerment. Okay. And we have the Fool. Okay. This is also about your own empowerment. The Magician is a card of self-mastery, really. You know, we're learning the skills to manifest. Now we see a card of celebration with the Three of Cups. All of the threes are like a turning point. It's like something's been done and we've reached a point where we can do something. I think you have to be very clear clear cut about what you can and can't do. And because the Three of Cups is a celebration amongst people, I kind of want to say it is possible that you can't please all of the people all of the time. That's really coming through for some of you. Back to choices and decisions that you're making that maybe, maybe you need to take off that mask and just be yourself. I think the one person you need to be really honest with is you. Make a choice that's right for you. I think it feels risky for you to launch into something that is cleansing and letting go of something that hasn't worked or isn't working for you, or connected to a choice that you made. But we have the Fool here, which is all about taking that risk. I think you just have to make a really clear-cut choice for yourself. Observing limitations is just recognizing, I suspect you can't please all of the people all of the time, but, if something isn't working for you, will you stay with something that isn't working for you, or do you up sticks? You have a choice in this. You absolutely have a choice. This is what your reading is really saying. Let's put this here. Actually, I'm going to leave these here because I feel this is quite relevant to your reading. Let's ask for more information about kind of what comes from this. In fact, no, I am putting these. I'm being really clear cut about this. Right, I'm going to be resolved. Put this up here. Let's ask. Let's get information, and I'm going to draw your runes as well. Let's ask for clear information about how this moves forwards. If you choose to make this choice, it is yours to make. Okay, lots of cards flying out for you, and we'll get some runes as well. So we have Four of Swords. Take your time. Okay. If this is a tough choice, take your time. We have the Eight of Swords. I can see why you need to take your time. There's a grieving to be done here. And look at the Seven of Wands. Really stepping up again. Holding firm in your choice. I sort of feel with the Five of Cups. And then we have the Three of Wheels. This card always reminds me of the story, the fairy tale of Jack and the Beanstalk. Because I feel like there I see Jack with this magnificent beanstalk. And it's, Jack had reached a point, or his mother, I think, if I remember rightly, Jack and his mum lived together. And they were very, very poor. And the only thing they had was a cow, and the cow provided them with milk. But they reached a point where they needed to sell the cow, and Jack's mother sent him to market to sell the cow and to bring back food. And anyway, he swapped the cow for some magic beans. So needless to say, his mother was furious. This story is really relevant. I'm really getting the message through here. So his mother was furious, and she threw the beans out of the window. She was so disappointed in him, so disappointed. Off he'd set on his own pathway, and he'd done this thing which to her mind was absolutely like a betrayal of what she had expected, what she had told him to do. He did his own thing. But when she threw the magic beans out of the window, they grew into this magnificent beanstalk, and Jack climbed it, and ultimately that led him to his fame and fortune, where he found all sorts of treasure that had been stolen from people by the giant. I mean, basically the outcome was a very, very good ending. And look at this tree here. I'm just going to touch base on what we read at the start here, because this talks about being uprooted. We are often like this tree, torn away from the environment that encourages self-growth. But the roots leave a seed beneath the earth that will ultimately rekindle the wisdom that was left. It will grow and reforest the land in your name, and the echoes of your love will flourish from the rain of tears that you have shed. I think for some of you, making a new choice for you is really quite emotional. It's a really tough call for you, because in a way you're leaving behind something and that it's not working for you. But it's a big deal to leave it behind. I really see that. And yet, and indeed, there's possibly concern about basically pissing people off. I think that's around. Jack's mum was furious. So this is a dilemma for you. But it does feel with the Four of Swords a little bit stuck. And I think in your dreams, in your heart of hearts, you kind of know what you need to do. We have poppies here. I think there is a need to let something go. But this is a difficult call for you. I really hear it. A really difficult call. So I am going to see what the outcome is here. We have the Hermit. And we have the Hanged Man. Okay. Wow. I loved this Hanged Man. It's a magnificent deep dive. And the Hermit. I think it will feel a bit like you are going out on your own. When you do this, it's going to feel like you're stepping away. It may be that you are genuinely stepping away from a group, a tribe of people, as it were. You know, it could be you're stepping away from your family, doing something that perhaps your family have wanted you to follow a particular path, but you know in your heart of hearts you want to walk a different pathway. Whatever this is, I think this is, it's going to feel like a deep dive. You know, I can't lie about that. I'm seeing that here. It's going to feel like a deep dive to take action, to kind of go out on your own almost. However, the Page of Wands, you know, there's passion, there's aliveness, there's a new beginning, there's vibrancy. I sort of want to say with the Page of Wands, this could be one of those moments where kind of if you don't do it, you might regret it. It's your choice. It's your conscious free will and choice. But I can see what a tough call this is. It really, really is. Let's draw more cards because the energy is ripe for you to take an action. Let's draw from another tarot pack and see what we're shown. Okay. May we ask, please, for guidance and information about how best to approach this for pile 1, or just any further information that will be helpful to them. Anything to assist pile 1. I'm seeing these 3 cards here. Okay, oops, my apologies as I'm moving the cards away, moving them all out of sync. Right, we have the Two of Wands. Okay. It's a very interesting Two of Wands, isn't it? Look at this. Heads going in different directions. I'm seeing two-faced, actually, here. Two of Wands. And then the Six of Coins. And then the King of Coins. Wow. Okay. I do think that perhaps there is pressure upon you, actually, as well. That's coming through here. Hence the cleanse and release. I think that there is pressure. Maybe you are caught. You could even be caught between, well, maybe sometimes between two people. But the two-faced. I mean, there's these two faces here. Perhaps you have felt as though you have to kind of hide your true feelings in a situation. This is about choosing to invest in the direction that you actually want to go in, and I think it will come. It will come to fruition. I mean, look at the way this tree, we've been talking about seeds growing, magic beanstalks and trees. Look at the way this tree is growing out of the turtle's back. I think the seeds of change will grow very, very quickly, even though it might feel like you're going out on your own. But actually, at this moment in time, if you choose not to take action at this moment in time, there will be other times when you can. The key really today, or I say today, at the time that you find this reading, and on this particular day in a few days' time from now, the day I upload it, and whenever you find it, I would say, whenever you find it, the time is absolutely right for you to invest in what you want to grow, as opposed to a situation that may be keeping you stuck. And this is simply acknowledging the timing of this. The time is right for you to do this. I would also say that whatever you invest in, I think it will flourish quickly. What about the two-facedness, the disappointing people, or perhaps the fear around that? Make me get guidance about that too, please. Strength. Okay, very interesting. This is about having the courage to stand up for your own convictions. And we have Eight of Cups showing up again. Eight of Cups. We've actually got the Eight of Swords here. My apologies. But yeah, I mean, how fascinating. We have the Eight of Swords and the Eight of Cups. I do feel this is choosing to leave something behind. seeing it with clarity. I think, the point of power is right for you now. I think you will be able to move and have the courage to move through something. What's the outcome? What is the outcome of this? Will people change? I know it looks as though your world is going to open up. What would the outcome be? We have the Six of Wands card of success. This is interesting because this is a card of success, but it's a card of visible success where you are seen by others to be successful. Funnily enough, I think you'll lead the way. Actually, I think you'll creating possibility for yourself. I think you'll also create possibility for others as well. People will see that what you've done, your choice, your decision, is the right way to go, and they will follow. How amazing. I think you'll set the pace. It's a tough call for you, but in taking an action, horse and power, I think, those seeds will be sown, curiously, not just for you, but for others as well. So if others around you are feeling kind of stuck, or they have to toe the line, or, follow a particular pathway, by choosing what's right for you, I think you will open a pathway for others. I really do. I think it's going to be amazing. Wow. And I think it'll grow fast. So, I don't think, even though it feels like you're going out on your own, gosh, the energy, especially at the time of finding this reading, the energy is so primed to assist you. I think you'll find there will be a really big and very, very positive knock-on effect here in a really good way. My apologies, lovely souls. My camera just went funny, and I've had to reorientate, and I've knocked some of the cards. I hope I've straightened them all back out again. Let's draw your rings before we finish your reading. We have a lovely handful coming through. Oh, this is super good. So for starters, we have the rune of defense, Awaz. We have the rune of movement, also another Awaz. We have Thurizaz's gateway. We have the rune of breakthrough, fantastic. And we have the rune of signs, signals, synchronicities. Okay, fantastic. Now, what we are seeing here in your runes, my beautiful souls, is I feel with the rune of defense that there is no need to be anxious or defensive about this. This is the bettering of any situation. The key here is just to get really, really still and kind of make a choice, look back, review. There's learning to be had from this whole scenario. And even though it feels like a really big deal to make an important choice, the breakthrough is coming, and you are being shown the signs that are needed to assist you. The key is actually to lean into the learning and be grateful for it. It's a really lovely energy, Thurizaz, the rune of gateway. You're being guided, signs, signals, synchronicities, things are going to slot into place for you. And you will be a beacon of hope in many ways for others. This is really showing us that there's a higher purpose here. So even though it may feel, kind of that a choice that you made, either didn't work out as you wanted or something, however it is, there's some real learning here, actually. And it's significant, and it's valuable, and it's purposeful. The benefits that are going to come from this will way outweigh the discomfort of making, choices and decisions now around it. And this point of power is really here. The energy is here to empower you and move you forwards. Pile 1, this is your reading. Thank you so much for being here, and I'm sending you the hugest hug ever. This is really showing that there's a higher purpose to this. And I think once we lean into the higher purpose, kind of all the other stuff slightly, kind of washes away, really. It's one of the best ways to cleanse and release, I think, is when we connect to the higher purpose. Stuff just doesn't cling anymore. It just doesn't. It's not valid. So, yeah, that's what we're being shown here. Lean into the higher purpose. Lean into the learning. And I think everything is going to kind of run very smoothly. You're going to get to climb that beanstalk, but hopefully without having to slay any giants along the way. It's looking pretty good, actually. Pile 1. Tons of love. This is your reading. Thank you so much, all of you, for being here, for supporting the channel, for liking, sharing, subscribing. If you're new, welcome. It's wonderful to welcome new people here as well. Thank you all of you who comment and give back through the super thanks in the comments, and thank you all of you who are also supporting the channel and my work through membership, either here on YouTube or on Patreon. I am sending you so much love. Pile 2, welcome to your reading. Before we draw any more cards, I am going to read what is on the reverse of your first card, your initiator. So you have card number 5, Evolution. Rejoice. And this is from the south of the medicine wheel. Science tells us that we are all made of the same stuff as the stars. Yet our physical being is just a part of our journey. The cocoon is just a stage in a caterpillar's evolution to become a butterfly, shining like a stained glass starburst in the background of our journey, reminding us that all life is sacred. Every day we take our energy from Mother Earth for life. That is our agreement with Great Spirit. Rejoice in the magical offering of your physical being and honour your senses. Feeling is the inspiration for sacred ceremony. Do not deny the enjoyment of your body experiences within the goodness of all that lives. Evil has no place here. Wow, that's a pretty cool card. And with this little fawn, this little deer energy is about being gentle with yourself. Let us see what is unfolding, because we are asking about a point of power, how to utilize the energy to launch something that you desire, something that you dream, or indeed to continue to manifest something that you are launching, dreaming, desiring, or to perhaps even bring something to fruition. Look at that. You have the stag energy. Lead the way, light your own path. I am blown away already by this. We have the stag and the deer. You've got 2 more cards coming through for this pack. You have light codes, travel awaits you, and living light energy, see the beauty in life. I mean, this is so in alignment with this card. Goodness me. I think that this point of power might be opening a journey for you, literally. Now, this journey could be physically traveling, or it could be kind of like astral travel. But you're upgrading your system, and the universe and the energy at this moment in time, this power point of time, is available for you to do that upgrade. It's like to come out of your cocoon and to rise and to shine. To know where you've come from, to know who you are. Definitely to know where you've come from. Green calcite is a memory stone. It's like it contains within it an ability to kind of jog our memory to not just to past lives, but I feel like for you to the very source of who you are, where you came from, and potentially as well why you are here. Lead the way, light your own path. What else are we shown here? We have these 2 cards. And pathways. Yeah, I think a pathway is about to be opened up for you. If it isn't, it may already be in front of you. You may already see it. You may already know it. But I think a pathway is about to be opened up for you, and it's leading you to some element of your calling, your purpose, why you came here. You're kind of going to know that you are made of the stuff of stars. This is really exciting. Really exciting. We have the mountain, oh goodness me, and then we have the compass. Wow, okay. I'm doing it again. For those of you who are new to my channel, you'll hear me say this. I just go, wow, wow, and more wow. Okay, and those of you who know that I say that, That's cool. Thank you so, so much. We've been having a good bit of banter between you guys in the comments and me, and I am doing that. I'm trying to set up a t-shirt. It's wow, wow, and more wow. I think on the back it should say, how interesting. Some of you have been suggesting it. I'm listening to your comments. Yeah, just watch this space. Watch this space. So, wow, wow, and definitely more wow. I mean, my goodness me, what an affirmation of a doorway being open to you, that means you are on track. I mean, this is this is why you came here. Wow, wow, wow. But the mountain, this is interesting because I sort of want to say, however big a mountain it feels you are trying to climb, it's the pathway you're meant to be following. This is why you're here. Now, before I say any more, I'm going to draw your tarot cards. Because let us ask for a little bit more about this pathway, about the opening. Now, it could be the opening is connected to the mountain. The mountain is not just a big mountain to climb. That can feel like it. Sometimes it's like that. It feels like there's an obstacle in your way. If there is, I feel like you're going to breeze it. All you've got to do is remember why you're here. And because you're on track with your calling and your pathway, this is going to be overcome so easily, so quickly, even if it feels like it's challenging. But let's get more information here. So we have the Lovers. Okay. We have the Five of Swords, and we have the Nine of Wands, and we have the Death card. Okay. Okay. Yes, right. This is really exciting. A pathway is being opened up for you. It is the right way to go. Now, even if it feels like there are things in the way of you being able to take that pathway, you're going to get past them really easily. I think you are more concerned about this than you need to be. Let me get some more cards before I say any more. I'm just going to ask about this obstacle before I say any more. May I ask about the obstacle or the mountain to climb, please? May I get information about the obstacle or the mountain to climb? We have the Three of Wheels and we have the Five of Cups. Both of these cards came out in pile 1. So if you were in any way drawn to pile 1, I would genuinely suggest that you might want to check it out. So, I think the obstacle that is standing in front of you, or the mountain to climb, I see this as Jack in the Beanstalk, climbing the beanstalk. I think there's concern that if you take a particular course of action, either you'll be rejected or you'll be left with, I don't know, like a burden of some sort. How interesting. And yet, this is the path you're supposed to follow, I think. Let's draw your runes. Okay, so the first rune that shows itself is Breakthrough. We then have the rune of Perth, Initiation. We have Isa, the rune of Standstill. We have Flow, Lagos, of the rune of Flow. And we have Signs, Signals, Synchronicities. Okay. Okay. Right, the mountain had to happen. Whatever it is, whatever you're trying to climb or trying to overcome, it actually had to happen because there's some purpose within it. There were synchronicities, signals, signs. There's something you needed to know, almost to help you be more on track. I do feel it's not as big a deal as you think it's going to be. I think something will come to a close as you walk down a new... But it's rather than it feeling like a new pathway, or rather than a closing of a pathway, It's because a new pathway is opening that's more right for you, or a better way of doing something. Let's put those over there for a moment. There is something in your world at the moment that is connected to your fate and to your destiny, and your absolute purpose of why you came here. It's the pathway you're meant to follow. And what has happened around you, and I think this is relatively recent, is that I see you almost being in this space of it's a bit like traversing from a level of awareness that's just very human to a level of awareness that is deeply spiritual, knowing that you are the stuff of the stars, knowing that you are guided. And I feel you're traversing between the two worlds a little bit at the moment. On the one hand, you know that you are a human being having a human life. On the other hand, you have a spiritual calling, and you know that too. For some of you, the challenge is also being able to marry the two, to know that you can have both. You can have a very human life and a very spiritual life as well. You don't have to put aside your everyday physical human needs in order to be living a spiritual life. Some of you actually may even in a past life have been something like a monk or something like that, where your spiritual pathway denied you the opportunity for a human life. I think there's something coming into your world that opens up the potential for both. To have a very human existence and honour all of your human needs, as well as walk your spiritual pathway. That's what's really coming through here. Now, you may be feeling quite overloaded, some of you, in your human life, but I'm seeing things really lift. It's interesting, we have a mountain here in the back of the background of the Lovers card, and the Lovers card is a card of choice. I feel like there's more than one thing going on in your reading here. Like more than one avenue, more than one direction. Even these two cards, I feel like I'm almost looking at two different elements of a reading. I think what we'll do is, I think we'll do exactly that. We'll put these up here and we'll almost do like a little reading for each of these cards. Because on the one hand, I'm seeing an incredible amount of possibility. On the other hand, you know, I'm seeing something that feels as though it's a challenge or difficult. We have the same here. On the one hand, it's like you're completely on track. On the other hand, you know, leading your own way, lighting the path, you know, everything happening for you. Likewise, there's something else that feels more difficult. So let's just inquire about this. Could we please inquire about these two different areas? Let's inquire about the Five of Cups energy. Let's look at the challenge or the obstacle first. May we ask about the challenge or the obstacle? Okay, so the High Priestess, this is actually guided. Whatever challenge or obstacle is in front of you, I think it's actually part of your initiation. Yeah. We have the Queen of Wheels. We have the Eight of Wheels. We have the World and the Six of Cups. Okay. Yeah, right. Whatever challenge is around you, and I think you will all know what this is. I don't think I need to draw cards about the specifics. For some of you, there is a fear of rejection around it, or a fear of being pushed out into the cold, or a kind of a fear of, I say a fear, I mean, I think for some of you, there's been something that's been really disappointing, like a bit of a letdown. And we're seeing so much colder energy here. So it feels quite icy, really. Yeah, there's been a letdown, I think. And interestingly enough, I actually do think, bizarrely, the letdown was guided. Okay. Bringing those down to here. It's caused you to get stuck in a strange way, or it's caused you to stand still. But even the standstill is part of the guidance, actually. You were meant to stand still and see something. And even though it threw a burden of responsibility in your direction, you were meant to see something. It's happened so that something better can come in. It's actually happened to create empowerment. It's happened to create leadership. This would be like if you got made redundant and you were really disappointed. But the purpose of it is for you to step up, be your own leader, light your own path, and sort of almost go off and set something else up for yourself. Something is getting you back on track, and you wouldn't have been back on track without the disappointment. That's what we're seeing here. So what is this potential to climb? I mean, we have the Six of Cups, which is a lovely, lovely card. Lovely energy. Sitting here with the Queen of Wheels, the Eight of Wheels. I'm seeing you work through something. Transform something. Again, transformation. Do you know, I almost as well feel that for some of you, something that you didn't think was possible is about to become possible. Okay, let's check in on the Three of Wheels. Where is this, where is this going? Six of Wheels, yeah, the doorways are being opened for you. Ace of Cups, yeah, wow. Doorways are being opened for you. Wow, two aces. My goodness me, doorways are being opened for you. This really is a point of power for you. The point of power is a shift in moving in a different direction, or stepping through a gateway, or accepting that maybe even laying the rest to pass, laying the past to rest. For some of you, former disappointments, don't let them get in the way. There is something really emerging here. It's a journey for you. It literally is. It's a journey. It's an initiation. I would say take your time and enjoy the journey. Look at the opening energy here. Ace of Cups, Ace of Wands. That massive gateway opening for you. From a disappointment, or even a period of disappointments, or a previous series of disappointments, even going back to when you were young. Disappointments when you were younger. Something is coming into your world that is opening a doorway of major joy for you, is what I want to say. A sense of fulfillment with the Eight of Wands here. It's like knowing that you did it and you can do it. It's like there's emotional fulfillment here. Wow. Okay, let's draw some additional cards as well. May we ask about this doorway, this pathway? I almost feel like I want to ground myself here and just anchor myself into your reading. There's something for you to have with all these pentacles that feels wonderful with all these, with the cups here. Ace of Cups, Six of Cups. There's something that is being guided for you. Now we are in this point of power, so I'm going to ask what you can do if there's anything you need to do to move this forwards. But I suspect the main thing is that you seize the moment, that you grasp it. I think there is something right in front of you that is a doorway. You've kind of got to walk through it because you have conscious free will and choice, and no one can make you do anything. It's not as big a mountain as you think it might be if you're feeling like this will be a hurdle to overcome. Curiously enough, I actually think the doorway is the end. I think it's like the light at the end of the tunnel. I think it's the everything that you've been hoping for or manifesting. So going back to that point of power, And I kind of said, you know, maybe it will be about launching something that you want to manifest. It could be about moving something along that you're trying to manifest. And for some, it could be the fulfillment of something. I actually feel your reading is the fulfillment of something, my lovely pile twos. It's something that is now going to flow into your world. There's so much light, so much love. So if you have been struggling with feeling overwhelmed or burdened by responsibility, I think this is going to end. I think the right people will be coming in to support you, or the right person. Something is coming to fruition, to a point of completion, to a point of... Fruition is a better word. That's what we're seeing here. It is like the universe opens its doors for you. Whatever you have been navigating, it's like you've been into this deep, dark cave of gestation, and now out you come. And that is that travel awaits you. This is what awaits you. So let's just ask how this arrives. Could we have information about maybe how this arrives for pile 2? So the 10 of Swords, how interesting, has shown up with the 6 of Wands. Okay. So for some of you, it's the end of a conflict. The conflict ends, I would venture to say that you win. If there's been a battle, I think you win, or you certainly come out on top here. So anything you've been snowed under, burdened by responsibility, you win. If you've been struggling, I guess, financially as well, a doorway opens for you and what you need comes to you. Success. If you've been struggling with health issues with the Pentacles here, I mean, the Queen of Wheels is the Queen of Pentacles in a traditional pack. She is the Queen of self-care, I always feel. And look at you riding in successfully. So yeah, if there's a health issue, I think you might overcome it, or resources or care, support and love come to you. Whatever you're needing comes to you. Vitality, energy, to be able to move through and beyond this. There is a new start coming to you. Can we be given any other information about how this is emerging for my lovely pile 2? Oh, I love this, the Magician. I love the Magician in this pack. It's like the fairy godmother. This is like the universe is about to wave a magic wand. With the 2 of Wands, I think instead of looking back, you'll be able to look forward. Look at the key in his hand. You're going to be given the key to something. 7 of Coins. Again, look at all the passion here, even though this is an earthy card. Yeah, you'll be given the opportunity to choose. In essence, I feel like it's a new direction in some area of your world, and it's something that you have been wanting. This is the point of fruition. Your reading is about fruition. It's not, this is what the energy is aligning with for you. It's not about, I don't think it's about, it's not about launching something. In a way, it is about launching something, because when you get to the fruition of something, you can now have it and you can decide what you're going to do with it. It would be like finding the perfect job. Well, then you go do the job. Finding the perfect partner. Well, now you go engage with the perfect partner and have a life with them. There's something that is coming to you. So it is both an ending and a new beginning. It is exactly that breakthrough point. This is stunning. And just this energy of the mountain, I just feel it's been a long time coming for some of you. For some of you, there's something in relatively recent history, relatively recent memory that you have struggled with, and this is the turnaround. For others, this goes back a long time. You've worked and worked and worked, and this is now coming. But this is where you stop looking back and you start to look ahead. Loving it. Let's draw just a few more cards to see, kind of almost like a sneaky peek into the outcome. This is definitely a reading of fruition, so it's beautiful. It is as if the universe waves a magic wand. I think that's wonderful. Let's see where we're going. We have strength. we have the Nine of Coins. Lovely. Look at the passion. I was going to say passion flower. It's not. It's a melon, but a watermelon. But the inside of it reminded me of passion fruit. But wow, this is... I think this has longevity about it as well. That's what I want to say. Whatever you're bringing forth, I think it has longevity about it. Yeah, look at this. We have, let me just move these cards along a little so we can get everything in. We have both the Eight of Cups and then we have the Four of Wands, which is a card of celebration and commitment and union. Whatever comes to fruition for you, whether it's love, whether it's relationship, whether it's your own connection with source spirit, your own calling, whatever arrives, it comes to a point of fruition and it's a new beginning. And your world, I kind of want to say your world will never be the same again, but in the best possible way. And I do think with the card of strength, there's an energy and an essence of this is here for the long haul. So this is a very significant breakthrough for you. It really is. It's the arrival of a point of fruition, and that is the energy around it. I'm not sure that you need to do anything particularly other than receive it. Open yourself to receive. Take the opportunity that is shown to you. Step through the gateway. I don't think you need to do any more to make it happen. I think it's coming to you. But you've got to take it, I guess. But yeah, I think it is some period of something, of difficulty is coming to an end. And this is that point of fruition with a whole new world opening up for you. How amazing. Pile 2, this is your reading. I am loving the energy of your reading. I am absolutely loving it. Wonderful souls. I will see you again, I hope, really soon if this is resonating with you. Do like, share, subscribe and all the things you do. Thank you ever so much just for being here. Thank you for your support and just for supporting the channel, for all of you who are here, watching the readings, commenting, giving back through the super thanks in the comments, and those of you as well who are part of the members area here and the members area in Patreon, because your support is so appreciated. You know who you are. You are all appreciated. Tons of love, pile 2. Pile 3, welcome to your reading, beautiful souls. Let's check in on your card. I'm actually going to turn this over before we draw any more cards and read what we see on the back. So you have the card of passion, card number 21. When you are down, look up. Now this is the north direction of the medicine wheel, so this is the place where our ancestors sit. Right, you have the arrow and love as well. Take time to appreciate and enjoy the sweetness of life. Light the fires of passion in your belly and in your heart. When you are down, you may have to look up for inspiration. You may have to look at your life in a new way and make some sacrifices to gain the treasures that are waiting for you. Are you holding yourself back? Sing and chant and listen to the music of nature. Heal your negative feelings. Remember that in the darkest night, you can see the most stars. That's so beautiful. The bright scarlet of the macaw burns brightly from a black landscape. Like her, you are always in a state of becoming, and at times it will feel as if your path is completely obscured, but fear not. Your journey is one of spirit, and the light of your heart's desires can always guide the way. Remember that you are very strong and have all you need to see your journey to its end. Even when your trail winds through a mysterious landscape, embrace the life of a wanderer, finding oceans of joy in the unknown path to the next horizon. Find a different kind of security, one that is deep within your heart, in a place of peace and well-being. It is the treasure of your hero's journey. Okay, when you are down, look up. Passion. Okay, let's now draw more cards. Now we are looking at a point of power. How is the energy right for you to kind of make something happen, to either bring something to fruition or to launch something or to change something, because the energy is about lifting, which is interesting because feels like we're lifting you up. Let's draw more cards and see what we're shown for you. Maybe get guidance and advice. Light codes, travel awaits you. This came out in pile 2. If you were drawn to pile 2, you may just want to check that out. Hidden realms. Ooh, create conscious awareness. Okay. What else do we have for my beautiful pile 3s? Listening. This is interesting. Coming apart. Okay. And your last oracle card. Clarity. Oh, what a beautiful energy and a beautiful card. Okay. What I see is that you need clarity on something. And it's like you need clarity in order to be your own point of power. That's what I'm seeing here. And the way to get that clarity is actually just to listen, to get still and listen. Bring about conscious awareness through getting still, observing. Like, notice everything, look up at the stars. I feel that things will be shown to you. I think even your perception of something may change. I see 2 masks here, and I'm seeing them dissolve. I think your perspective of something may actually shift and change. You may see something through a different light. Something that you feel could be in the way actually is to be, or a period of feeling as though something can't move forwards is to shift. Let's draw your tarot cards. I kind of want some runes as well. Let's draw these. Okay, you have 3. You have the rune of Algiz, protection. You have the rune of the self, Manas. And you have the rune of harvest. Wonderful. Okay. What we see with these runes is most definitely a need to get still and view something through a kind of a slightly different lens. The rune of protection, it advises us to guard against like the highs and lows of emotions. You know, when things happen, we can swing like a yo-yo, being up or being down. And in a way, neither of those extremes is really accurate in terms of perception. There's a need to find a center point here. You know, with hidden realms, we see 2 angel wings here with eyes in them. With the coming apart, we see two sides of something. We're seeing 2 sides of something. Manas, the rune of the self, is the rune of joy, which looks like a P, split down the middle, looking at itself. I think you need to look internally here to see the answer, okay? Rather than looking externally, your clarity will come from within. And the harvest will come. Let's see. So there is something for you to lift your energy, to show you what to do next, or for you to rise above or come through a certain situation, to get something off the ground, to launch it, to expand it, to bring it to fruition, whatever this point of power is for you. There is a need to gain clarity, and you'll find the clarity from within and from getting still. And indeed, just get still, meditate, look up. You'll see what you need to see. You need to see it from a different perspective, through your third eye and through listening, rather than your mental perception. So your mental perception is in the way. A bit like thinking, looking out of the window and thinking, oh, I'd love to go for a walk, but it's really dark outside. Well, actually, the darkest night is the time you see the most stars. So, it's seeing it differently, reframing your perspective. Very interesting. The temperature in this room has just suddenly dropped. This happens when people come through, and I'm really conscious of ancestors. I mean, every hair, all the hairs on my body are standing on end. It's very, very cold. Suddenly, just so cold suddenly. Wow. Yeah, you are being guided by your ancestors. People are walking with you. For some of you, there may be ancestral knowledge, a connection to ancestral knowledge that you need to see or be aware of. Are patterns repeating in your perspectives or your perceptions that you need to shift or change a little? Do you need to see something from more than one perspective here? Or are you wearing a mask because you believed you had to, and maybe you need to remove that and just be your authentic self? Let us draw your tarot cards. Could we please have more guidance for my lovely pile 3? Around this point of power, please. Around this point of power. Seeing this as well. We have the 6 of Wheels. We have the Page of Swords and the Moon. Okay. I feel like you have been doing battle with something here. Yeah, 10 of Swords. Look at this. You've been doing battle over something. We have the 3 of Cups. We have the Magician. What an empowering card. And we have the High Priestess. Wow, and we have room for another card as well. How exciting. Right. This is a time to stop doing battle with yourself. The point of power for you is to let go of trying to control a situation, or to let go of seeing it in a particular light. Delve within. Adaptability is needed. Foxes are very canny, they're very shrewd, they're amazingly adaptable. With the 10 of Swords, it's like really just it's like choosing to be happy now, not worrying anymore about this, just getting still and listening to the guidance that you're being given here. If anything feels like it's dissolving or it's come apart, there will be purpose to this. Don't do battle with it. There's actually an opportunity here. And you'll be given, aside from the fact that you will be given what you need to come through this, this is one of those scenarios where I actually feel like you are being given what you need rather than what you want. Okay, and there will be a harvest to come. Now, I know if you are facing tough times, that's pretty tough and pretty difficult to hear. But like magic, we have these beautiful fly agaric mushrooms. They are actually hallucinogenic, these mushrooms, but also very poisonous. What I have read, that I was going to say my understanding is, I have read that in kind of Celtic times, I'm trying to think of people who wanted to take these, in shamanic ways, people who wanted to take these for to enhance their shamanic vision and their shamanic journeying, would feed them to their reindeers, and then they would collect the urine and drink the urine, because it would still have the hallucinogenic properties, but it would have taken the poison out. So there's something about taking the poison out of something and seeing something differently through the eyes of love. And that is what is needed to create a point of power here. I mean, something I think does actually have to come to an end here. But I think largely it's a perception here. Travel to your unconscious. Look through the eyes of love. Something is being gifted to you here. Something that is worthy of celebration. Something that you can do something with as well, with the card of the Magician. There's opportunity here. And there's also self-mastery here. But this has been guided. Can you see the High Priestess here? She holds a key in her hand. Can you see that just there? So this is actually quite an important, whatever's gone on around you or is going on around you that has perplexed you or has caused you to swing like a yo-yo emotionally. There's real purpose to this, and what needs to happen is that there needs to be a change of perception, because there's something very generous and benevolent around you. And for some reason you're doing battle. It may be that some of you are doing battle and not allowing yourself to receive something. If somebody's offering you something and you're just refusing it, doing battle with determination to be a lone wolf. But actually there's something around you that is being gifted to you. It's worthy of celebration. Let's just draw another card here, and there is your card. We have the King of Cups. I think there is something very specific around what I would call emotional sovereignty here. Taking charge of your own emotions, owning your own emotions, knowing that you're in charge of your feelings, not being swept along by the tide. If you are finding yourself with heightened emotions, journey inwards to see what this is about rather than outwards. Let's get a little bit more information. Travel awaits you. Light codes. Now this could just be that things light up for you. You see the way. I do feel something comes to an end. It could be largely a perception that is emotionally laden. But let's try and just see a bit more. Let's try and gain a bit more information about this, and maybe what needs to be let go of here. It is largely, I think, perception, but can we have any more information about this, please? You have the Five of Swords. How interesting. Okay. I mean, again, I feel for some of you there may be a circumstance or a situation where you feel as though it's a bit out of your control. And this is about owning your choices. You're not actually without agency. King of Coins, absolutely not. Something is growing from this, or will grow from this, but there is a need to shift your perspective of I feel like some of you are feeling very helpless. And yet there's something of real benefit that's coming from this situation. So point of power, what can my number threes do with this point of power? What can they do to gain clarity? What can they do to gain clarity, please? What can pile 3 do to gain clarity, please? The Emperor. Literally step up into your own empowerment. Take an ownership of your choices. That's take an ownership of your own autonomy here. We have, look at that, the Emperor and the Empress. Wow. And the Knight of Swords. Ooh. Ooh, this is rather exciting. Because we have the Page of Swords and now we're moving to the Knight. You don't need to do battle with this. Stop going over and over it in your head. Or if you're trying to make a decision, you do not need to do battle with this. There is, I sort of feel like the perfect answer with the Emperor and the Empress. There's the perfect answer and the perfect solution. And the King of Coins, I think it's going to be either presented to you or the perfect solution is sitting within the situation that doesn't feel good. A bit like looking up. It would be like, metaphorically, if you were to think how black the night was, and then you go outside and you look up, and not only do you see the stars, but you see the biggest shooting star ever. It's like wow, you would just be so blown away by it. There's something that is coming here that will lift you from a place of feeling very helpless and really torn to a place where it's kind of like it's a no-brainer as to how you move ahead. I feel like hesitancy will leave you. You'll gain clarity. That is what the energy of this point of power is bringing you. It's going to bring you that clarity, whether you are diving into the realms of your unconscious, or you are meditating into a space of your higher self and just listening, or you're out in nature and listening and the universe shows you a sign. I actually feel you are going to be given exactly what you need to create a turning point within a situation that has been feeling quite emotionally strung, and where you feel you need to make a choice but you don't know how to make it. And that's the energy of this point of power for you, my lovely pile 3. This is what's going to happen. There'll be something that comes to give you. It does literally create a point of power for you, because you've got awareness, you've got knowledge, you can see what's going on. You see it differently. We have the Star. Wow. Yes, we do. How wonderful. And we have the Queen of Cups. How remarkable that we have the Star. Again, just knowing that you're going to be guided. I love that we then have the King of Coins and the Queen of Cups, because this is something that something is manifesting in real terms that you are really, really going to love. You're absolutely going to love it. So, your reading, pile 3, is really saying that at the moment there is something that is just feeling as if you can't quite see the woods for the trees, or you're not sure how to move it forwards. And the energy of this point of power, what needs lifting, is in many ways is you. It's your energy needs lifting, and your perspectives need lifting from a place of impossibility to possibility, or a place where you're not quite sure to a place of absolute clarity. So there is something around you and you're basically unsure about how to move forwards. This reading is suggesting that you will know that indecisiveness will fall apart, it will disintegrate. You will absolutely know the direction you want to go in with absolute clarity, and something is coming to assist you in doing this. I mean, it will be so clear with the Knight of Swords. You will just know. It will be indisputable. I don't know whether it's undisputable or indisputable. But anyway, you can't dispute it. It will be clear one way or the other. Completely clear to you. So clear. Clear as the day. You will know it through and through. And so your role right now is to be still and to not be emotionally pulled either to the highs or to the lows, but to be in an emotionally steady and grounded place, and open yourself to receive whatever is to be gifted to you that enables you to literally step up, to be empowered, to make a clear choice without fear and without anxiety. You know, you'll have the clarity of direction, and this is what the energy is bringing you. Let's take a sneaky peek to just have a look and see what else we might be shown about where this might be going. How beautiful. You have the Six of Coins and you have the Seven of Cups. Okay. So this is sowing seeds, really, planting seeds, investing, choosing where you're going to invest. I love these Aladdin's lamps. I mean, this is amazing. Look at the choices and the wishes that are available to you. This is like moving from a place where you feel you don't have agency to a place where you have an abundance of choice. I mean, how magical is that? We have the Death card and the... Wow. I mean, wow. You do not get bigger cards than this. Wow. This is mind-blowing. Okay, you've got the Death card and the Tower card. Yeah. You will have the ability to literally turn this around. It would be that equivalent of looking up, expecting to see a dark night sky, and you not only do you see the stars, you see the universe, the Milky Way, and then shooting stars. And you know on every shooting star you can make a wish. This is hugely transformational. Hugely transformational. It's wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. So, whatever is around you, the energy of this point of power is actually bringing you an opportunity to massively change something that is currently haunting you and giving you a problem, or that you're going over and over, or that you feel you can't see the woods for the trees through. It will be personal to you each, and it will radically change. Radically change. You have the Star card. I mean, this is it. You've got the perfect match. If there's any issues within a relationship, this is going to radically shift that relationship. You've got the Emperor and the Empress. How marvellous. If you are struggling at work, King of Coins, this is going to radically shift and alter. If you are struggling with procrastination or indecision, Knight of Swords, you're going to get really, really clear. You'll know what to do, when to do it, how to do it. However we look at it, this is the shift you need. The energy is primed for this shift to bring the harvest forth effectively. I mean, the harvest may not be immediate, because it may be that you're building something or working on something or manifesting something or whatever it is. That's wherever it is. But the point is, whatever is currently blocking you is shifted, and it comes through getting still, changing your own perspectives, and something coming in that helps you to do this. Something or someone coming in. And that means you just, and that's the listening, being aware, being observant, noticing, because when you're shown that sign, whoever it is or whatever it is, you will know through and through what you need to do, and the clarity will be there, and off you go. Amazing, absolutely amazing, and you're going to love it. It's like you find your direction with that arrow pointing through the heart. You will literally find your direction, like an arrow being fired straight and true to its destination. My lovely pile 3, this is your reading. Thank you so much for being here. If this is resonating with you and helpful, do please like, share, subscribe. Thank you so much, all of you, those of you who are returning. I'm very, very humbled by your presence here. And if you are new, welcome. And I do hope you will return again for other readings. My beautiful souls, thank you for your comments as well. And just, especially all of you as well, I just want to give a big sort of thumbs up actually to those of you who are really supporting the channel through the membership area here on YouTube and on Patreon too. Thank you so much, all of you.